What's going on, everybody? Trev Wilson here. Welcome back to the Bourbon Wrench. Today, we are going to be talking about some of my recent bourbon pickups. I've gotten several new bottles, got a couple lucky hunts in, got some pretty crazy bottles. You might not even believe me when I tell you what it is and what I paid for it, but a lot of really cool stuff. Got 8 pretty cool bottles to talk about most of the time. I'm just buying regular replacement bottles for stuff that's always on the shelf. So let's just get right into it. We got a lot of these. The first 2 bottles, I'm gonna give 2 of them at the same time because it was part of a package deal. So the first 2 bottles, we got Old Forester Single Barrel Barrel Proof, 65.8, 131. It's the hottest one that I own. And it came with a Rebel Distillers Collection pick. Both of these through the same store. These came in a package deal, so I think it was like they dropped this one, and if you wanted to get it, you had to get this one. The really cool thing was that the price was about 120 bucks, which I've seen some of these Old Forester picks go for that on their own. So I got this and one of their other picks, which, you know, I didn't know a whole lot about this Rebel bottle beforehand. Wasn't really on my radar, but I figured with that price, what the heck, why not? I wanted this one, and I won big time because they're both really freaking good. The Rebel, honestly, is like, it's just like a larceny barrel proof. That's what this is like. Really good. It's got that nutty flavor, but man, it feels like it has more age than I would expect from a regular Rebel. I wish you could have tried this before I bought it, type of thing. I don't know if that store, they don't have a designated area for you to try some of their picks. Because if I had have known this was as good as it was, I would have bought it way sooner. So, you know, it's really cool that stores let you try it. So maybe I can convince them to do that. Also, this Old Forester pick is really dang good. It's 131 proof, which is a lot higher than the other one I have, but doesn't drink near as hot. You know, these Old Forester picks can drink really ethanol forward and just melt your face off. And what I really liked about this one is that it doesn't do that. The problem is that it's still over 130 proof and you're drinking it like it's 120. So this thing has gotten me, you know, over the edge a lot. So way to go. Really good picks out of my local store, Ace Liquor Store. So yeah, let's just move these bottles over here. We can start a tally of all the bottles we got. Let's move on because we got some more. We're gonna call this next section the James B section because both of these came from James B. So we got a Russell's Reserve store pick and we got this Boone County single barrel. It's another store pick. So 2 store picks. Let's start with the tried and true classic, the Russell's Reserve. This Russell's Reserve pick, 9-year-old, age stated. So that's pretty cool. I remember they didn't used to do that. Put the age on the back. So that's pretty cool. 9-year-old Russell's pick. Oh yeah. There's not much to say about this bottle other than it's quite possibly like Russell's Reserve single barrel is probably one of the best bottles just ever. It's easily like one of my desert island whiskeys. If I had to just narrow it down and be like, dude, you can't drink any, like you have to pick a couple, what are you bringing? This one. The store picks are just incredible too. This one comes from Kroger. So Kroger put out a store pick and it's freaking delicious. So heck yeah. These are one of those, like if you've never had one of these, if you're watching this video and you have never had one of these somehow, you need to just change that. Just go get you one, give it a try. It's like one of the safest bets of getting something delicious. Like just tried and true all the time good. Now this other bottle was quite surprising to me. These Boone County, this is a 7-year age stated pick from Select 6. And I've tried one of these back in the day. They were doing like 13, 14-year-old picks, which were absolutely insanely good. And then when I saw this, I was like, oh, so I guess this is just their own stuff, but it's not. It's still MGP, I guess, distilled in Indiana. So I didn't really know what to expect. I was kind of like, you know, you get spoiled on one thing for so long and then it changes, and then you're like, oh, it's not as good, and you don't give it a chance. I think maybe I was falling in that camp, and then I tried this, and I'm just loving it. This has been one of those bottles that every time I turn around, I'm like, what am I gonna drink? I got all this whiskey. I keep reaching for this. I mean, it's really dang good. You know, this has the MGP, you know, super vanilla goodness. It's very intense, but it's also has this like the really dark cherry, like a really sweet dark cherry aspect to it. I mean, the color on it is dark. I mean, it's so good. All right, moving on to another bottle recently acquired. I love talking about these every time I get them. It's the Barrell Bourbon Batch 35. It's the summer 2023 release of the Barrell Bourbon. And again, really good. This stuff is pretty dang good. The past 3 batches to me have been some of my favorite. I've been loving them. And if you watch those other 2 reviews I've done, you've seen me talk about them. The 33 and the 34 were kind of like much closer together. Similar, you know, they tasted very similar to each other, whereas this 35, I think they're doing things a little different. I don't know if they intended it this way, but it coming out in the summer, the flavor notes that this comes off like very fruity and like summertime whiskey vibes all over this. So I think it coming out in summer was perfect. It just worked, and it's unique enough for you to be like, okay, they're switching the path a little bit from the 33, 34. It's unique enough to justify getting another batch of it. So really, really love this bottle, loving it. Man, we're running out of room, but we got 3 more bottles, and I got all 3 of these at the same time, one of which is the insane bottle. So we might as well just start with that. I made you wait long enough. Let's pull them all up here, and we're gonna talk about them individually. Oh yeah, the haul, baby. We got a Jack Daniel's 2022 limited release American single malt, like 2022 release, what the heck. And then I got the Larceny Barrel Proof B523, and at the same time, I got this guy, and that's what we're gonna talk about right now. It is the Stagg, and you might notice on here, the Junior, okay? I didn't even realize the Junior was there until I got home from buying it. So the story about these 3 bottles is, you know, the store I got them from was doing this little, you know, rare whiskey release, or just limited bottle release table. And it was kind of like first come, first serve type thing, and you could buy 1 bottle of everything that's on the table. So it wasn't like full of Staggs and all this stuff. It was, you know, Larceny Barrel Proof, had some Weller on there, you know, stuff like that. They had this 1 Stagg. I assumed that it was just the latest batch of Stagg, right? And so I get this, I wanted to get that Jack Daniel's. I love all those limited releases, and I needed the Larceny Barrel Proof. Check out, you know, $55. Yep. I was like, okay, I'll take Stagg for $55. Then I get home and I'm like, hey, let's get that Stagg. Let's do a review over it. Noticed the Junior and was like, what the heck is that? Then I looked up the proof because I didn't know. And it turns out that this is Stagg Jr. Batch 6 for $55 in 2023. The 2016 release of Stagg Jr. was sitting on the table. Like, I swear it. I swear it. I got the receipt. Like, that's just insane to me. What has it been doing for all of these years? It's just been waiting for me. So that just goes to show you, like, there's some crazy stuff out there, man. Also, the other 2 bottles, I got the Larceny Barrel Proof B523. Easily one of the best Larceny Barrel Proof batches to date. It's everything Larceny Barrel Proof, but amplified. So dang good. So if you're a Larceny Barrel Proof lover, like, this is it. Like, you need to try that one. Then this bottle, I cracked this open, the Jack Daniel's Twice Barrel American Single Malt, finished in Oloroso Sherry. Just what the heck's Jack doing? They're doing all sorts of crazy stuff over there. My good friend Jason let me borrow his bottle to do a review over it, and then I procrastinated and ended up getting my own. So shout out to Jason, but I got my own now. For an American single malt, I have no idea. You know, like, I don't know what American single malts are supposed to taste like. I'm a closed-minded individual, and I just hear the word single malt and I think Scotch. And This does not taste like Scotch. American single malt is its own dang category. It tastes like its own thing. You get some of that Jack Daniel's DNA, but then with the Oloroso and the malt combinations, just a crazy flavor happening in your mouth. Also pretty cool that in July 2023, I get the October 2022 release of Jack Daniel's. So never stop looking, keep your eyes peeled. You never know what you're gonna come across. So there we have it, my recent pickups. You can see I've been enjoying most of them quite a lot. Haven't opened the Stagg. Haven't opened the Stagg Jr. yet. I don't know when I'll do that. I eventually will, you know. Things get opened in this household. All right, go leave a comment down below. Help the algorithm out. You just feed the algorithm something. Tell them what's up, Trev. Leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new here, or if you're lurking and you're not subscribed. Check out all the links. You'll see Bourbon Wrench Patreon link. You can get access to Bourbon Wrench exclusive store picks if you want to get some cool hauls yourself. And until next time, guys, I'm Trev Wilson. I will see you in the next video.